The 5-year program is the standard program practiced in all the colleges. There's 7 colleges in Canada, there's 3 over here. So it's the same program. And we have the same teachers going from college to college. And this is to maintain the standards of the college, maintain the standards, the information and the communication, and it's transmitted to the students. So in the first year of osteopathy, we need to basically teach a student a whole new way of thinking. If you come from a background that localizes a problem, you learn how to see the whole of the person. And our evaluations, even from first year, involve the evaluation of the whole of the person. So in first year, we start off really with the pelvis, because it's a fundamental area to assure mobility, and the lower extremities, the diaphragm, thoracic diaphragm, and the cranium. And this is where the students must learn a completely new vocabulary. So the first year is quite challenging. I teach in second year, and I always congratulate the students as they come into second year. Wow, your first year is probably your most challenging year because everything's new. The vocabulary is new, the thinking is new, the way you approach a problem is all very new. So that's the basic program in first year. In second year, we look at spine. So we do the lumbar spine, the dorsal spine, cervical spine, the ribs, the TMJ. Second year students also study the main systemic cranial techniques, the CV4, basal expansion, venous sinus. These are systemic techniques that have an impact on the whole of the person and autoregulation. Third year, once the students have good spinal background, pelvis, cranial, is an advancement to look very specifically at occiput-atlas axis. This is a specific joint that's so important for the central line of gravity, the central chain of fascias. And because they have skills in the lower cervical spine in second year, their hands have evolved to be able to manage occiput-atlas axis. They have bones of the face, which again is an advancement in the cranial field. They'll have upper extremity, which is dependent on the mobility of the whole of the spine, pelvis, and occiput-atlas axis, cranium, as well as emergency techniques, functional emergency techniques. How do you manage an extremely acute patient? So that's third year. At the end of third year, we evaluate the students' ability. Do they have enough base knowledge to go on to viscera? Fourth and fifth year are basically the visceral systems. And here in the visceral system, in fourth year, we look at the stomach, the digestive system, stomach, liver, intestines, as well as the lungs. But that information or those courses depend that you know how to treat the container. These are the contents. But your container has to be able to support, maintain, nourish via the nervous system, the vascular system, the organs. So in fourth year, they start to develop a much more deeper hand, a visceral hand, a hand that is able to bypass the container, the rib cage, the pelvis, the abdomen. And again, if they are successful in developing that program, they go on to fifth year, which again is a progression. In fifth year, we're looking at deeper structures, and we're looking at the urogenital system. So we're looking at the kidneys, the bladder, the uterus, all of these programs, with a specific emphasis also in children, because they begin the pediatric courses in year 3, They have pediatric clinical days, and they have a pediatric program, obstetrics program, 4th or 5th year, depending on the college, depending on the teachers. So that's all included. And finally, their final course is a course in autoregulation, which brings together all the concepts of osteopathy on all different levels of palpation. Whether that level of palpation is a bony level of palpation, a membranous level of palpation, the fluid level of palpation, all of these tools that the students have gained are in that program, and that program is specifically on the central chain and its relationship with autoregulation, one of the most powerful concepts in osteopathy, which is the body's ability to heal itself.